Well, the Labour Party says the governorship primary elections conducted in Bayelsa, Imo and Kogi states by its suspended national chairman, Julius Abure, are illegal, null and void. In a statement, the party says Abure had no business conducting the party's primary elections as his actions amounted to a contempt of court order. 8 aggrieved members of the Labour Party had dragged Abure and others to the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory for alleged fraud, forgery and criminal conspiracy. On Friday, there were reports that 2 factions, led by Abure and Lamidi Papa, had temporarily agreed to an out-of-court settlement after the Nigeria Labour Congress mediated in the crisis, but the crisis has continued to fester.
We're joined now by the national youth leader of the Labour Party, Anselm Eragbe. Good to see you, and thanks for joining us on Newsnight tonight. Now, first off, establish for us, I mean, we've just referred to you as the national leader of the youth leader of the party. Are you still the national youth leader of the party? I mean, having been suspended last year in 2022, December precisely. You know, based on all manner of allegations that you've been working against the party and all of that.
Well, thank you, fellow Nigerians. My name is Comrade Eragbe Anselm, the National Youth Leader of Labour Party. Of course, quickly, on the 5th of April, there was an emergency National Working Committee meeting where I was reinstated. Even though my suspension was illegal, ab initio from the beginning, myself and the publicity secretary, National Publicity Secretary, Bayomi Arabambi, were reinstated. But that happened because there were petitions. Now, there is the Federal Criminal Investigation Department, FCID, in the Inspector General of Police unit, that carried out an investigation with forensic audit that indicted Julius Abure, that indicted the National Secretary, Alajuma Farouk. It indicted the Treasurer, National Treasurer, Oluchi, and the National Organizing Secretary, Ojukwu Clement. Now, this indictment were to the extent of 1, forgery, 2, perjury, 3, criminal conspiracy with financial malfeasance to the tune of over 400 million naira. This matters border on Ebonyi State Labour Party gubernatorial candidate, Comrade Oko Eze. Now, he was the party chairman in the state who conducted the primaries and won. And Abure subsequently substituted the candidate following unlawful processes, forging his signatures, forging every other document that they could forge, forging court document, FCT High Court document, TSA payment receipt.
I'm sorry, you allow me to apply some speed here because I'm trying to see what we can cover before the time elapses. Now, quickly here, who asked the FCID to step in to check what Abure?
Who wrote the petitions?
Quickly, the candidate, Oko Eze. Mind you, he filed a case in court, High Court, against the party and won. The party appealed it to Court of Appeal. He won the Labour Party. Abure appealed that matter to the Supreme Court. Oko won Labour Party in the Supreme Court. Thereafter, his counsel, SN Osoloka, applied to the Inspector General of Police, annexing all of the details for investigation. So the Nigeria Police Force CID conducted investigation with forensic audit and came up explicitly with their findings. Contacted the FCT High Court to make presentation of those details they forged. And the FCT High Court wrote in response to the IGP of police, confirming that yes, those were the documents ab initio but forged.
But why have all these allegations come up after the elections? Because there's reason to believe in some quarters that all of this really is to frustrate the, attempts by Peter Obi to regain what he says is his lawful mandate at the polls on February 25. that really is the end game.
Let me tell Nigeria something. As the national youth leader of Labour Party, I initiated, designed, and developed 3 ICT solutions for the Labour Party. The Labour Party National Mobilization Platform with 6 portals, the Labour Party mobile application, the situation room, and the display window. Now, I sourced funding for the Labour Party presidential and national election campaigns 2023, the basis upon which they claim I was suspended. Now, I made it clear as early as May, June, July, August last year, because these elections were going to be electronic. So when I designed and developed this process, I made it clear that we needed to build the capacity of young Nigerians at the polling unit. I designed a 3-man polling unit process for Labour Party, such that we'll be able to upload the Form EC8A at the point of entry at the polling unit. Subsequently, I'll be able to enter by way of soft copy, by Excel sheet, on the platform.
Quickly,
so
link it to her question.
So what that means is all of the issues we have to deal with today as it affects the presidential election petition is that the Labour Party must be able to account for what transpired at the polling unit. So for us, for me, Eragbe answer, like I said, there is nobody in Labour Party that can claim to have been more committed than I am. There is not.
So are you still committed to the Peter? Are you still committed to Peter Obi's?
Oh, like I said, I have never been less committed. Peter Obi himself, maybe you bring him to the studio after this. I've had to make a series of presentations to him, even though himself has refused to see me up to date, even when I suffered that travail. I've had to route through everybody around him to make a presentation how best to secure the election results on May 25th. So I'm saying on the stadium today to Nigerians to say, even though we are in the court, in the tribunal, something is missing.
What's
missing?
What is missing is that the effective from EC8A, which was supposed to have been collated from the polling unit, we don't have all of them.
Now, quickly, is it safe now to say...
I'm telling Nigerians that, yes, we can still do this within the limit of time.
I always love
so if we have any mandate to claim this, how to reclaim the mandate. So I'll put it to the world and to the party.
If you're putting it to the world, let me also quickly bring this. There's this allegation that your party has been infiltrated by other party members. Because when you spoke now, you're telling the world that something is missing that they will need at the tribunal. Sure. So isn't that indicative of you being used by some other political parties?
You see, like I said, whatever I say to the world. I just said something is missing. And if anybody feels otherwise in Labour Party, Abure particularly, Abure's incompetence led to where we are today. It's incompetence. So what I'm saying in essence to the world is, obviously, certain things are missing. And until people like Eragbe Ansler come to the fore and to lead this process, we virtually might be wasting our time at the election petition tribunal, because it's not by the volume of a 100-page document, by way of writ or petition, no. It is a case of fact. Can we present the facts? Are
you saying that your party, the Labour Party, has rejected the Form EC8 that you talk about? Is that what is at play here? Is that what's at play here? Or the fact that it seems, from all indication, that you've been ostracized from the mainstream of whatever's going on within the Labour Party today?
Yes, you see, if you look at the issues in the country, when you go to the INEC IRF portal, you probably would have seen some of the results that indicated somebody taking a bath in the bathroom. You will have seen in some states where results from Jigawa were found in Imo State, and series of so many infractions. So what I'm saying is this. Let me say this to the world again, to say, under Abure, Labour Party could not account for over 42,000 polling unit agents for that presidential election. So if you are to have such from EC80, where do you get them from? And on the day of the election, so many other people who we had about 134,000 agents on the INEC records. We're short of 42,000. But I'm telling you that even on the day of the election, more of those, part of those 134,000 people that were accredited by INEC did not feature.
Let's see if we can
close on this. But notwithstanding, we had volunteers who were able to some of these details.
Eragbe, let's close on this. Are you saying you hold the PIN code to unlocking victory for your party?
I hold the PIN code to unlocking the victory of Peter Obi, to reclaiming his mandate.
I'm sure Peter Obi will be seeing you after this.
I hope he does.
Anselm Eragbe is National Youth Leader, Labour Party, though we might add, embattled. Thank you very much for joining us.
For point of correction, let me quickly say this. There is one Obiora that is not known to Labour Party.
We'll have to leave it there.